Hi, welcome to the kitchen at Robert J. Events and Catering. I'm Chef Rodney, and today we're going to show you how to clean a tenderloin of beef. With today's expensive meat prices, we still want to eat good, so the best thing to do is buy whole portions, that you have to trim yourself. So here we are. This is the beef tenderloin. You're going to open it up. But one thing you're going to want to do is have a nice sharp fillet knife. The difference between a fillet knife and a boning knife is that the fillet knife is flexible. It's easier to work with to get around the meat. Now, you have this chain here, they call it. It comes down here. You can kind of get your fingers in between the meat, run the knife down there, and separate that. Just take that right off of there. Now, we can save that and clean that up for later, and we'll have ourselves some chuck for some stew. But right now what we're interested in is getting the filet mignon. So this is what we call the silver skin here on the back of the filet. You can kind of get your fingers under there. What you want to do is you don't want to cut the meat this way. So what you want to do is get underneath that silver skin, just barely underneath there, and trim it back. You can pull that back a little bit and then just follow it down with the knife. So you have to get all that silver skin off of there because that's not edible. It's very tough to chew on. Alright. So you just keep working that knife down there, running underneath that silver skin, trying not to take any meat with it. It takes a little bit of practice. You might have to do this 2 or 3 times, but the amount of money you'll save by buying tenderloin whole instead of filet mignons is incredible. Alright, so that's what you want to look like. Nice smooth piece of meat there. Cut some of that fat out of the corner. Be careful not to cut yourself. Sharper the better. Check the back. Sometimes there's some big chunks of fat. You kind of want to just scrape those off a little bit like that. You have to cut it a little. That one's pretty nice and clean. That's a beautiful tenderloin right there. Alright, so then what we do is you want to take this little tail off here. Save that with your chalk. Make stew out of that later. And cut a nice 6-ounce fillet on yay big. Look at that, beautiful, just like in the restaurant. Again, this is the best way to save money is buy your meats in whole cuts and cut them yourself. Sirloins, you can get them all at the grocery store. Sometimes you have to ask for them. You might want to call up and order one. And these range about 5 to 6 pounds. You can get at least a dozen nice fillets out of there. So we're going to move right along. I'm going to come over to the grill here and start getting this thing ready to go. The grill's nice and hot. Scrape it so it's clean. I like to take a rag, a little oil on it, and just rub the top of that grill. That'll keep it from sticking. Now the key to this is to take your filet, put it on here, just like that. Let it sit for a few minutes. Now while it's cooking, I got some mushroom sauteing over the corner here, and we're going to serve that with this filet. Now a lot of people like to have the good grill mark looks on this, and the way to do that is you want to set the filet down and turn it from 10 to 2, just like you're driving on a car, 10 and 2. It's a little bit harder with a round steak, but on the strips and porterhouses and things like that, you'll understand it. So you're going this direction, now we're going to pick it up and move it to the 2 o'clock position. So we're just going to let that cook for a moment. Meanwhile, we're going to get our garnish and everything else ready. Now, a really hot grill is the way you want to cook. You want to sear that meat on the outside. That keeps all the juices in, so the hotter the better. And we want to cook it to about 135 to 140 degrees. That's the way to do it. And there you'll see the grill marks. Okay, now over here we're going to set up the plate. Now we have some balsamic glaze here. You can buy this in the store. You can make your own. A lot of the finer grocery stores have this right in there, ready to go. It's just balsamic syrup. And we're going to make the plate look nice. We're going to drizzle that on there like this. That's wonderful. We have some sauteed mushrooms here that we had sauteed up while we were working on it. Love sauteed mushrooms with my filet mignon. Red pepper here, we're just going to cut off a little piece of that. Cut real thin slices, and this you don't have to do, but it just makes it look kind of nice. Put that on the plate, gives it a nice little touch to wow your friends if you're cooking at home. A little color, a little splash of color. Now we want to bring our filet over here. We're going to cook this to 135 to 140. Put that on the plate. A little rosemary here to garnish it with. And there you go, filet mignon.